Hooked: How to Build Habit-Forming Products by Nir Eyal. Nir Eyal stands at the crossroads of psychology, technology, and business. He answers questions about why some technological products stick and others don't, about why you can resist certain products, but others get you hooked. He explains the hook model and what causes it to cycle again and again. Whether you are interested in informing and controlling your own behaviors or in designing a product people can't put down, this book will interest you. The hook model is composed of 4 sequential phases that, when repeated, become more compelling and create a cycle that can become a habit with enough repetition. Perhaps you have felt the urge to check emails or notifications, peek at Facebook, count your subscribers, or search for one more bit of information. If so, you have been caught in the cycle. Here are the phases in order. 1. Trigger. 2. Action. 3. Variable reward. And 4. Investment. Phase 1. Trigger. Triggers can be external or internal. External triggers come into the user's surroundings. In the tech world, these can include advertisements, shares, and owned triggers like notifications. Internal triggers, however, are stronger and come from within. They are usually negative emotions like loneliness, boredom, or sadness. They are often memory-driven, meaning that memories are usually associated with internal triggers, perhaps a situation, a place, even a time of day. Triggers urge you to take action for satisfaction or relief. Phase 2. Action. The action is the initial move you make, perhaps the swipe to open your phone or the click to check emails. Eyal uses the research of Dr. B.J. Fogg, a Stanford University professor, to explain how you are moved to action. For an action or behavior to take place, you must have the motivation to do it, the ability to do it, and a trigger to prompt it. The greater the motivation and the easier the task is to complete, the more likely the trigger will prompt action. For example, your phone dings as you are driving. Because you are bored and lonely, you are motivated to open the text, but the phone is in your bag, which is on the floor in the back seat. As far as safety goes, this is fortunate. You won't check your text while driving. You do not have the ability. The text that you were sent could motivate you on several levels. Core motivators fall into 3 main areas. Humans are motivated to experience pleasure, to hope for positives, and to be socially accepted. These can also be stated negatively. Humans want to avoid pain, fear, and rejection. So as far as the text goes, you may be motivated to answer it because you anticipate a pleasurable message, maybe a video of your grandbaby, or because you are hoping for a response from someone, or because you don't want to miss answering a text and offend an associate. Motivation can be further boosted in several ways. The scarcity effect. Only 3 left in stock. Order now. The framing effect. Product is posted relative to other products that make it look more appealing. The endowed progress effect. You've already come this far. Don't lose ground by switching to another product. Your profile is 90% complete. FOMO. Fear of missing out. I better check what my friends are doing without me. While motivation can clearly vary, so can ability. Ability refers not only to the amount of skill, but the time, energy, and money the action requires. The easier an action is in all these categories, the more likely it is to be completed and repeated, giving it a chance to become a habit. Before we move on, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support will help us continue pushing out great content. All right, now let's go to the next phase. Phase 3. Variable reward. The reward is when you get to scratch the itch, so to speak. The trigger gives you an urge, and when you act, you receive something, the reward. The reward satisfies you in some way. It must satisfy a social need, tribe. It may allow you to acquire something such as money or information, or even a token or perk of some sort, hunt. Or it might reward you with a sense of accomplishment, self. Pinterest, for example, can satisfy all 3 at some level. You share boards and get shares, satisfying you socially, tribe. You continue to scroll down the page of endless pictures, pinning or acquiring those that you like, hunt. And you create your own boards, making you feel successful personally, whether it is preparing for a meal, a class, or a wedding, self. The physical experience of the reward is technically a small moment of anticipation when you are just about to receive the reward. The reward circuit of the brain, the nucleus accumbens, is an important part of the dopamine highway, and it is stimulated with the anticipation of a reward, and even a ding or a swipe can trigger this release. Interestingly, rewards are more rewarding when they vary. Slot machines, for example, keep their users going by presenting a different lineup of pictures and yielding different amounts of money. Another example is Facebook. Consider the wide variety of responses a post might receive. Not only can you check to see if your post received likes, but you can find comments, emojis, and shares. Perhaps someone responded with a cool meme. There is even the thrill of potential conflict. Someone might have responded with a thumbs down, left a negative comment, or even unfriended you. Phase 4. Investment. The purpose of the investment is to make it more likely that you will come back and enter the hook cycle. The investment is some form of stored value. Often the investment is made not for immediate gratification, but for the hope of long-term value. While items in the physical world depreciate, technology allows growth of value. An example would be reaching a certain level in a game or completing your profile. You have invested a certain amount of time, energy, and perhaps money, and you continue to get more value the more you put in. Take setting up your LinkedIn profile as an example. It is hard work to get set up in the first place, and then it requires frequent interaction with the site to gain connections. There is a free and a paid version as well. The more you put in, the more value you anticipate being able to get. Examples of stored value are a growing number of followers, content or data you add, or your reputation and skill levels. Thus, the investment is the string that pulls the user back, increasing value with each pass through the hook. The product is seen as a solution for a problem, and you get more deeply involved with each pass. The more passes you make, the more invested you become, and a habit can form. Eyal's hook model gives an understanding of this process. It can indeed help you monitor your own behavior, and it can help you design and promote a product that will stick and gain devoted users. The final chapters of the book even give specifics for testing and adjusting products so they become more habit-forming. It is important to remember that the noble goal here would be to help users with a problem rather than getting them hooked solely for your own personal gain. Perhaps a new road needs to join Eyal as he stands where technology, psychology, and business meet, the ethics highway.